The big day for Peely is finally here, as his dad has taken him to the Fortnite car dealership and says at 30,000 likes he'll buy Peely his very first car. Okay, so I know what you're thinking, hear me out. The Fortnite car update was meant to be today with the release of 13.30 that was announced late last night, and obviously everybody's been talking about cars being added upon the downtime lifting for this update so we can then drive them around the island. Well, things didn't exactly go to plan. Last night, Epic Games released the patch notes for what would be included throughout this update or what to expect, and basically hinted at the fact that cars are upcoming, not requiring another update such as 13.40, but will take a few more days. Despite this all going on and the new vehicle of cars being delayed, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, as today when the 13.30 downtime update commenced, despite upon lifting adding a ton of new content already into the game such as the 3 items that you're seeing on screen right now, we had a ton of updated leaks / coding regarding the cars and obviously how they'll work, or even how the fueling methods will now sound and look upon interacting with them. Despite Epic Games not officially announcing the release date for cars, data miners have found also in the coding when this will be, and let's just say it's in the upcoming days, so make sure you're sticking around and watching this full video today to learn everything about these new vehicles before they're surprisingly added into the game in the very near future, perhaps not even in a content update such as 13.31. Despite the cars being updated in the coding today, a ton of new cosmetics coming to the item shop soon were too, and if you happen to purchase any upon them rolling around, make sure to use code FriendlyMachine, as I directly reuse all the funds earned from this to try and meet this 5 daily gift limit with every 24-hour period that passes, obviously gifting different subscribers every day. So if you want to potentially receive a gift in the near future, make sure you subscribed and comment your Epic Games ID down below so perhaps I can get around to sending you your very own gift. And if you're not subscribed or don't want to receive a gift anyways, click the big red button, as 70% of you guys aren't subscribed, and if you keep watching and getting recommended the videos, then you're clearly enjoying this type of content. Also, for those that want to support me even further, now you can, as the FriendlyMachine merch store is live, linked in the video description, the pinned comment of this video, and attached to every video I publish. Make sure to tweet me proof of you purchasing anything, whether it be a sticker, t-shirt or hoodie, to my Twitter in the video description down below so I can thank you personally. Okay, so the first things to mention in terms of cars or the changes made to this feature upcoming, whether it be the gas stations or the actual vehicles themselves. Speaking more specifically about this fueling method, as of now upon the 13.30 update going live, upon entering any form of vehicle that we could previously see these gas station icons on our minimap in, we can no longer see them, implying that there's going to be another hotfix, perhaps just a 13.31 content update, considering 13.40 will be the next one requiring downtime. On top of that, around the map right now, the gas stations have changed yet again. They've seen the most revamps or redesign than any other prior season, not just in this chapter, but chapter 1 also. Initially looking like this, then transitioning into this more vibrant and kind of 80s style, and now we have these smaller gas pumps, obviously that are more practical perhaps when going to fuel up cars, eventually in the upcoming days when they're added into the game as a drivable vehicle, alongside the LTM that will be able to enter and race with multiple vehicles to then reach a certain finish line. And speaking of when cars are added, Merle determined over on Twitter that it's either going to be on the 23rd of July 2020 or around this time, and he is a very reliable source for things upcoming in Fortnite because he has multiple sources not only determining early update features but early seasonal features, as he created this concept of the Chapter 2 Season 3 map before it released, and the source or contact from Epic Games that he has confirmed that this wasn't far off accurate, and as you can see, well, this statement is completely valid. With this context, I definitely say expect the cars to be updated into the game so we can enter them and use all the features, whether it's actually boosting around the map, damaging other players like we can in the helicopters, or simply fueling them up at the gas stations. Also in the patch notes, as Epic Games usually use cryptic language to tease things or imply things are upcoming or what's going to be happening in the future of Fortnite, they weren't lying when they said the cars have been taken for auto coverage by No Sweat Insurance, as they're literally so scarce around our island right now in terms of the vehicles we can enter future, if not completely gone, but you will see other perhaps four-wheel driving vehicles across the island, such as camper vans or RVs. Speaking of no sweat insurance, the scarceness of cars is more so noticeable than anywhere else on the map at Lazy Lake, where No Sweat Insurance, the actual headquarter building, is located. As many of you may or may not know from landing here, there's a car dealership called Lotta Auto. In or around here we saw cars located not only outside but in the showroom as if they're on sale to perhaps other inhabitants of the Fortnite island. Even these are completely gone, and every other car surrounding the vicinity of this area and the roads contained within it or leading out from it or into it. Also, whilst we're at Lazy Lake, perhaps the most notable change or revamp to the gas stations is this one right here that's open 24/7. It previously looked like this, and now has been completely revamped to look like this. Despite a lot of things changing already to do with the cars or surrounding them in-game, the posters have still remained the same, with no exterior or additional cars that we will be able to drive upon them being added back into the game teased on them. Despite the four types of vehicles that the posters do show, we're obviously expecting to see not only the taxis that are drivable as perhaps a category of one of these small or medium cars, but the police cars to be re-implemented that have even been taken out as a map prop feature before the 13.30 update, obviously in support of the Black Lives Matter movement and all the controversies surrounding this particular sensitive subject. Despite cars meant to be arriving today and then physically being taken out as previously shown not only at Lazy Lake but around the entire map, we had some very interesting things added into the coding. Not only were the fuel canister icons updated, but we have all the sounds of what it will sound like when fueling up using these different fuel up methods. I'm going to play these for you guys right now, provided by Fortori, who will be linked in the video description down below to his Twitter, so I hope you all enjoy, but don't forget to watch through these entire sound effects because it will then directly link onto what we're going to be mentioning next. So with those being all the sound effects, obviously then they'll be applied to certain animations or interaction features that our character will perform upon fueling up using either of these two fuel up methods, whether it be the jerry cans or the gas pumps. And all those animations are on screen right now, obviously taken out of the files early before cars are implemented, as they're currently not in the game, but linking these to the sound effects, obviously you guys from hearing those sound effects will be able to visualize how exactly this is going to work, sound and even look now in game upon the cars being re-implemented, directly able to be driven for the first time. Also, upon them being re-added, considering the Air Royale files were recently updated, we can definitely expect not only cars to be added into the Chrome or Race LTM, but other vehicles, even perhaps such as the unvaulted airplanes or other unvaulted vehicles, not just helicopters or boats that are currently in the game. Anyways, with that mentioned now, let's move on to talking about finally the cosmetics leaked within this update or that will be upcoming, actually directly linked also some of them to the cars and then being updated into the game. Okay, so there was a ton of cosmetics leaked today, a ton of sets or bundles. As FireMonkey has mentioned in this tweet, here they all are on screen, or what they'll be called anyways, and here are all the cosmetics leaked in an overview form contained within the files in the 13.30 downtime update. You may recognise some of these skins from the previous updates or what's been teased, for instance the leaked Galaxy Scout outfit or Galaxy Girl skin for participating in the Galaxy Cup tournament and earning a certain amount of points, but now we have the full set leaks such as the wrap, the back bling, the harvesting tools and glider. Another cosmetic you may recognise is the Crash Dummy, as it was literally teased alongside the unreleased Still Bryce 3000 skin in this I Call Shotgun loading screen earned throughout the Chapter 2 Season 3 Battle Pass. Here are all the cosmetics on screen right now that will be a part of this Crash Dummy or Test Dummy set, being the Dummy skin, the Crash Test wrap, the Noggin harvesting tool and also the Wrong Turn back bling being a steering wheel from one of the cars that will perhaps be retextured or redesigned in this manner when driven. With that covering the most important car related cosmetics anyways and you guys seeing all the ones leaked within this update, let's now finally move on to some crazy stats added or new features when driving the vehicles, not just to do with driving itself, rather so eliminating other players. Hypex tweeted out the following info about the upcoming cars: if you hit a player so hard you can bounce out of the car, the driver that meaning, it does 200 damage when it explodes from close range and 50 from long range. If you hit a player, they also bounce, kinda like what we're seeing now when obviously driving into somebody when flying a helicopter. Also, here's some more information about actually fueling up our cars themselves or carrying jerry cans in our inventory. Info about the upcoming petrol jerry cans for cars: you can shoot them while holding them, meaning perhaps, well, we can obviously have them held and be aiming down our sight, yet still be vulnerable from doing this, as if it explodes it will do 99 damage to players and 250 damage to vehicles, obviously then including cars themselves. In terms of the actual cars exploding, here's some more info. Cars exploding will cause 800 environment damage. Cars will begin to slide/skid when you press brakes at certain speeds. Variables found: minimum speed to tire skid, minimum speed to brake skid. Also, the same guy came out with this following information about the cars: they give 2 metal per hit with a pickaxe, they do 500 damage upon explosion, cars do 200 damage to players if exploded close to a player, meaning they'd instantly die whether having full shield or not. Cars do 50 damage to players if exploded far away, and cars will do 50 damage if you jump out while driving at certain speeds, which will be definitely dependent on how fast you are actually going. This same guy also came out with the following information, basically kind of concluding when they're going to be added or around the time, as this water level we're currently in now, stage 4, ends on July 24th, 2020, meaning then cars may be updated into the game or hotfixed in around this time too. Honestly, I still think it will be the Thursday, however, considering this is the date of which we see our weekly challenges release, and for this week, the one upcoming week 6, there is a specific challenge relating to the cars or the vehicles themselves or the features surrounding them, being gas up a vehicle at Catty Corner. The next 48 hours of Fortnite are going to be the most hype perhaps on the lead up to the release of these new car vehicles, so let me know if you're hyped by slapping a like on today's video, and that's all I've got for you guys in this one. If you enjoyed too, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, as 70% of you aren't, and also turn on all notifications to remain active in the comment section as soon as I post new videos. So with that said, I'm out. Have an amazing rest of your day or night wherever you are whenever you're watching. Have a good one, take it easy, and as always, peace.